Where you are
Okay.
is terrifying.
I did not expect this to be so relevant.
But I'm
Right.
more concerned that he doesn't let his pregnant wife down.
Oh, he just said something that really struck a chord with me.
I remember what it feels like to be so scared you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know if I can post this. Today, we are doing the first of a fun little series, listening parties. So we're going to watch financial content and I'll just give you my thoughts as I watch it so that we can watch financial content together, because I absolutely love watching financial content, and especially like a little bit of like a dose of like reality TV, but with a money spin, which is kind of what I love. Today we're going to watch the $90,000 in debt and no money. I think the thumbnail was like $25 in our checking account. That is stressful.
So my husband, he's a business owner, and frankly, the business is tanking, and he's racked up a lot of debt.
Oh, firstly, let's just stop right there. Oh, this is stressful to me because it's very like my husband has done this. He was trying to do a business and it's tanking, and he's racked up this credit card debt. He's racked up business and personal loans, and now I'm calling to try and figure out what to do to fix the problem. Like already you can see a big split within the marriage of like my husband like was doing the business stuff and I'm over here in my own world doing I don't know what, and now I have to try and like come on board later, and like that's really stressful. And this is why Connor and I have the approach that like we have all of our finances merged. There's no you and I, it's us together, and like there's a pool of money and it's our money, it's the unit's money, it's the family's household money. And I know people do things differently, but that's what we find less stressful, because it's like everything is out in the open and everyone knows everything at any point in time.
On both personal cards and business cards. And between that and his truck and trailer, we got a little over 90K in debt.
What do you make?
Nothing. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
I also think like $90,000 in debt, stressful while you're in it, not impossible to come out of. Not impossible at all, especially as she's a stay-at-home mum currently. We don't know the ages of her kids, but potentially she could get a side part-time or like just a very small little job to do, balance that somehow. I don't know how. It's very difficult with kids. But like I already see a lot of potential. Like he is thinking about getting a job. Awesome. Like $90,000 in debt, you can wipe out in a few years, like pretty easily if you have a decent enough income and there is space for her to have an income. So
Possibly electrician apprenticeship, but I mean, we'd be making hardly anything, and he's not gotten a paycheck from work in probably 3 months.
How are
that
you
we've
eating?
gone through. We had a stocked pantry that we've been working our way through.
a stocked pantry for 3 months. What?
We had a last month, but I don't know if we're going to this month.
So he's asking like how are you keeping your four walls afloat, like food, shelter, light, electricity, utilities, whatever. And like she doesn't know how they're going to pay for that. So that means that she has no money saved whatsoever.
Yeah, we got about $25 in her checking account.
Yeah. So why would he take a half-butt job, making nothing?
Our area is just, there's not a lot. We've looked.
Why would he take just a small job? Just like if the business is tanking, just get out of the business, go and get a job, a full-time job. In saying that, Connor and I were like in a very similar position. Just last year we didn't have the debt, but we didn't have any income, and mentally it's really hard to like, I don't know, take the leap from like business owner to job, especially when the job market's not great. I mean, they seem to have like an answer for every, like, she's like, oh, you don't have job in the area. I don't, it's so easy to look at this and like look at it with a critical eye, but I know that we were in like a similar mindset like not that long ago. So
Yeah, but an
stuff.
apprentice electrician's not going to make anything. You said that. So why
Right.
would he even
Yeah.
consider that? Go get on 3 different crews and work like a maniac. You have $25 and your wife's scared out of her mind.
You're about to not have electricity. There's a Walmart
Yeah.
in Eugene, isn't there?
Yes, yeah.
Can you go throw boxes on the night shift? Like, you got 2 guys here who've got wives and kids, and I can't fathom the situation you're in right now.
Not doing anything is not an option.
Not doing anything is not an option. It's true. We were in like a kind of similar situation in the last few months, again, without the debt, but they're being like, snap out of it. Like they're trying to snap her out of it. Like stop even thinking about these excuses. Like, but they're talking to the wrong person. Like she's the stay-at-home mom. They need to be talking to the person who's going out to get the job. And it's potentially maybe she's having trouble convincing him to do that.
Right.
And I'm going to invest in my future by becoming an apprentice and starve to death? No, thank you.
No.
Okay.
We need
Yeah,
money.
he was just trying to think of a new career to start.
Not
but
now.
I
Y'all
need
are,
money.
Y'all are
Yeah, not now.
drowning. That's like
I
trying to
want
think of
money.
a new boat when yours is sinking. Like the first job is to get to shore.
Sure. Okay.
Don't try and build a boat while yours is sinking. Get to shore first. It's like, that's so true. Like, stop. Like, sometimes you look too far ahead. It's like, no, like, what is just like the next step? What's just the next step? You look too far ahead, you get overwhelmed. Like, he's trying to be like, what's my new career? Which is kind of where we were as well. Like, what's my new career? What am I doing? Where am I angling this? It's like, if we had just sort of dropped that question and gone, that's a few months down the line question. Right now, we just need income. Things could have been better a lot quicker.
I want him to go get 3 jobs in construction and Walmart box slinging.
Okay.
Today.
I want him starting right now. He has to go get 3 jobs this week.
Okay.
Now.
Can I ask you about that?
Yeah.
Something about that, though?
Yeah.
With his business, he has a couple open jobs that he hasn't finished.
We'll finish him on the weekend.
Okay. That's what he's talked about doing. Okay.
Yeah. We got $25.
Yeah.
Rachel, how many kids do you have at home?
3 with a 4th on the way.
I thought so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 kids with a 4th on the way. Oh, how is she like keeping it together? I would be. Yeah, it's amazing how strong you can be in like a really stressful point in time.
I don't want him to let those other customers down, but
Right.
I'm more concerned that he doesn't let his pregnant wife down.
Yeah, more concerned he's going to let his pregnant wife down. That is big. That is big for like from a marriage perspective as well. Like they're in such dangerous territory, not just financially, but like for their marriage. They're in a very, very precarious position because she's the one calling up, trying to solve the problem. The risk here is that her respect for him is going to plummet. That is a big risk. 'Cause she's like here clearing up the mess, trying to get her head straight, get the family straight, not be in absolute just like flight or fight mode. And there's going to be a lot of resentment very soon unless things change quickly.
Where you are is terrifying.
Yeah.
My wife Sharon will tell you that when she was in the exact same position, she felt like she was driving down the interstate and hit a patch of ice and the car was spinning and she was getting ready to hit the crud out of something. She just didn't know what it was. You know that kind of terror where you open your mouth to scream and nothing comes out?
Yep.
That's where you're sitting, kiddo.
Yeah.
And so you guys, and the only answer to it is extreme activity on his
Okay.
part. So I want him working 3 things. And he can put off working weekends until he at the new jobs until he gets these jobs wrapped up. But he needs to get them wrapped up now.
Okay.
And I want him to see how much money he can make. Well, I don't want to overwork. I might burn out. You're not going to burn out. Right before you die, you will pass
definitely
out.
gonna do that. Yeah. He's been working 60 to 80-hour weeks the last 3 months.
But making no money.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's the issue. So we need some money. Short term. This is survival. Now, once we got you with a coach and a counselor, here's what we're going to do. The first money that comes in, let me tell you what you buy with it. You ready?
Yep.
Food.
Okay.
Period. Not eating out food. Grocery store food. You're at home with kids. You cook.
Yeah, this is what I love about Dave. Like, people might watch this and like be like a bit put off by his like abrasive kind of nature. Like he's like, you cook, you're at home with the kids, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, I feel like he's getting, like, whipping them into line. Like when you're in such a panic and your head is a spin and everything's everywhere and you're overwhelmed by the situation, like, that is kind of what you need. You need someone to, like, take charge and be like, this is what you're doing. This is your plan. This is what you do. I actually think that, like, he in this particular situation is doing a good job. Like sometimes he can be a little bit softer, which maybe she could have done with as well. But like generally, I think having the whole like, no, this is what you're doing. Don't deviate from this. Like a clear plan and a clear leader is really crucial when you're in that like overwhelmed state.
Food, lights and water second.
Okay.
Pay your mortgage third. Pay the truck payment fourth.
Okay.
And I don't care about anybody else.
Oh, he just said something that really struck a chord with me. I didn't realize how much this was going to be striking a chord with me in our situation. But like, I don't care about anyone else. Nothing else is important until your family is clothed and housed and fed. Yeah, I feel like we needed to watch this a few months ago. I feel like this is too too personal. That is something that we had to repeatedly tell ourselves over the last year is like, our family comes first. Our family comes first. You cannot help other people. You cannot help other people until you are breathing, until you are surviving. You can't hold someone up if you're treading water. That is a really crucial thing that he just told her there.
So we'll get the wolf away from the door and the terror and the panic, and then we can start to think about long-distant future. But right now, we got to take care of our own household first.
Okay.
That's biblical.
Yes, for sure.
Take care of your own household first.
Yes. And the idea of possibly selling the home to gain the equity.
You may have to do that later, but I don't think you do. I don't think you have a home problem or even a trailer or a truck problem. I think you've had an income problem for some time, and it's compounded and fell in on itself. If we reverse that trend and create a huge income with a ridiculous number of well-paid hours, then we can flip this thing on its head pretty quick.
My goodness. I can't believe the one that I chose to put on is this, like where he's like, you don't have a spending problem, you don't have a house problem, a car problem, nothing. Your problem is that you do not have an income. You do not have, and you haven't had a good income for a long time. You cannot underestimate the power of income. We've only had a solid income for the last 3 months. I can't tell you the change internally, outwardly. Our bank accounts are looking decent. Like, the power of an income cannot be understated. It is such a good tool to then pour into everything else.
And listen, we're not charging you for this coach. We're going to pay for it. I've been right where you are. I remember what it feels like to be so scared you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Okay? And kiddo, listen. Last thing is this. Your husband is a good guy.
Oh, she's crying. Yeah, okay. Oh. That's exactly, that's how I expected her to be feeling. Not like, because she was so like strong and just like saying the facts as they were. And like, yeah, I was wondering if she was feeling a lot more afraid. Oh, because like I was there, I was in her shoes, like obviously without the debt, and only one child, so the level is different. She has 3.
Last thing is this. Your husband is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good dad, and he's a hard-working dude. His business just failed.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. He's a good husband, a good dad. You can tell that the way she was talking about him.
That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. And he doesn't feel real studly right now.
No, he doesn't.
When his business is failing. It takes away some of your manhood. You follow me?
Yeah.
So you remind him you married him for him, not for his truck and trailer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And he married
Thank
you.
you.
You married him because you knew he was going to take care of you, and he is. He'll go do it.
Yeah.
He'll go do exactly what I told him to do. This guy's not a bad dude.
Yeah.
How old is he, 26?
24.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can post this. Wow. I did not expect this to be so relevant.
Okay. Almost like I've done this before.
Yeah.
Honey, you're going to be okay. We're going to walk
Sorry.
with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, you hang on. They'll pick up and get you set up.
Dave, this is a world I don't know that you've lived in. What's the moment when, especially in this case, a man with a dream calls it? Because I can't imagine working 60, 80 hours a week and my wife's going to a food kitchen.
We always call it too late
Yeah.
because we always hang on that much longer.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's too late to turn it or salvage anything.
Yeah.
So he should have been out of business 6 months ago.
Right.
Because it wasn't working then.
Yeah.
And we know that because of the debt he's racked up, not earning money.
Right.
So we know he's been supporting this habit called a small business. So this dream, but your dream becomes a nightmare. And those of us that are entrepreneurs, we hang on 5 months, 4 months, 3 months too long, almost always.
And then you got a scared wife saying about to cut the lights off.
Yeah. Sharon would have left, but she didn't have a car.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. This is the rent.
Oh my God. Wow. I think I don't even know how to react to that one. I don't even know how to talk about that. That's really big. I feel like I actually need Connor here to talk about it. This is so relevant to the episode I'm just editing now that will have been posted a few weeks ago. It's like when your identity is in entrepreneurship and like you're a business owner and like you've been working in your business and everyone knows that that's what you do, it is really hard to call it. It is really hard to turn around and say, you know what? I'm throwing in the towel. I'm going back and I'm getting a regular job. I'm getting a normal job. It's like, it doesn't have to be the end forever. It's just like the end for right now so that you can survive and keep going. And it feels like this big, scary thing to call it because it feels like your dreams have been crushed or like you're giving up on them. But what we found is like the minute we called it and the minute we saw income coming in, it's like it freed up so much of our mental space and so much of our brain power that was taken up by worrying, that like we could start to think creatively again and we could start to think with that entrepreneurship mindset, and like we could suddenly, you know, you have a big fire hose. When you have an income, you have a fire hose to put into things like investments, savings, business. You actually have a tool that you can use to help you be an entrepreneur. Wow, I wonder how many more of these like calls I'm going to relate to on a more personal level now that we've gone through different levels of financial hardship. Because like even right now as I'm sitting here, I didn't realize that part of our hardship is like something happened to us. You can go back and listen to other episodes about that. Something happened to us, and then at the same time our business didn't work and we held on too long, and like you know, we were just in a space where we weren't earning income for too long, and that was kind of all like bundled up together into like this big thing that happened. I don't really know if I'm making much sense. I think I just need to call it here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of me just crying and watching Dave Ramsey. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow.